In this video about an AdWords optimization case study, we will see a B2b campaign optimization, and we will obtain a lot of very interesting best practices for business-to-business campaigns, especially if targeted in a multinational landscape. The speaker is Alberto Narenti of TSW Strategies. Alberto is a young but experienced SEA manager in one of the most renowned and historical SEM agency here in Italy, with a special interest for analytics deepening of its campaigns.
Well, business to business is not the easiest area to work on, especially as far as pay-per-click campaigns are concerned. So what should we take into consideration when we talk about business to business? The first thing we should bear in mind, and the first thing we should deal with, is related to search volumes. Searches tend to be very few or even zero. Another thing which should consider, especially for industrial B2B, is the fact of having very complex products and services, especially from the technological point of view. So we're talking about products which are very difficult to promote. Now, the need to promote these products leads companies to promote these outside the national borders, beyond national borders. So we're talking about not just Europe, but also emerging countries and the US. Campaigns have thus to be international. And we're talking about very expensive products most of the time, not just complex products, but expensive. So we have very experts who are in charge of deciding whether or not to buy those products. So the whole purchase process is very complicated, very complex, and we have to follow various steps before we get to the final purchase. So conversion rate times are pretty long, and we're even talking about over 1 year. And that is why I like to say that the B2B strategy is like an old-fashioned way of courting a person. So what we have to do is to move from an exploratory stage to a stage where the user falls in love, in a way, with the product, and that may take a long time. As to conversion times, there is a research study by Marketing Sherpa which shows that only 17% of the decision makers who were interviewed bought within 1 year from the first request for information, whereas more than 20% took at least 12 months before buying. So what are the tools which are used by these decision makers within the purchase process? We have a number of tools, but Marketing Sherpa, according to Marketing Sherpa, 50% of interviewees use search engines together with other tools, but more than 50% use various search engines. And this happens at an early stage, during an exploratory stage, information search stage, if you prefer. At a later stage, that is at a comparison and assessment stage, decision makers said that they tend to use search engines, suppliers' websites, and online catalogs. Now you can see that search engines are used by more than 70% of decision makers. And what is even more interesting is that they're also used by 25% to actually buy, maybe not a whole